Welcome back, one and all, to the Ion Esports channel with a quick rundown of our group's pick'ems. Here, it's your boy King, accompanied by my man Race Crown 21. Make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, as well as do all the things in the socials down below. We're gonna kick right off talking about Group D. Ian, I'll let you start. I'll let you start this one off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at two of the greatest teams with with a team that should be in ULCS and a FlyQuest team that showed us all that they can come back from last season. Top Esports, so I believe, were the top. It's funny that Top Esports was literally the top of China, I believe. DRX which is a very fun Korean team that has Def, Chovy. Is it Def, Chovy, Korin, Ira is on that squad, which is kind of still cool concept for me because I remember when Def was back in the Samsung days with Def.
Oh yeah. It's great. It's great that he's back from China. Like, he's back from China. He's been back for a few seasons now. He's playing still as dominantly and still as fervently as he has been in the past. Chovy, I know. I believe everybody knows about the Church of Chovy. We got the man, the myth, the legend in the mid lane carrying the team.
Wait a minute, did he kill Faker? Like, why is?
I mean, at this point, everybody's killed Faker. Like, killing Faker, not saying everyone in the competitive leagues have killed Faker. Faker is no longer the unkillable Demon King, even though that's part of his moniker. But you have to think, a lot of these younger, newer talents, they're just playing at a more mechanical level. If they're able to get the solo kill, so be it. That still doesn't mean that they're going to be able to overall win the game and stuff like that. But SKT isn't even here, so let's not talk about SKT and talk about Faker. Let's talk about Chovy and DRX. Let's talk about Knight and Top Esports, okay?
Let us also press F in the comment section. Our Lord and Savior Faker is not in Worlds. Press F.
I mean, he takes some years off. He's been known to do that and then win some back-to-back championships and whatnot,
And then, Unicorns of Love, who, again, due to Riot's push to franchising, they walked out and said no. So, and they've been kicking butt all by them. Unicorns of Love have been kicking butt. I think they play in Russia. They played in the Russian server last year. They were in the Russian server.
They I believe beat Gambit to get here again. So
Gambit, who used to be in LCS. And Russia. Like, it's like those teams that you hate to see the shots.
You're cutting. You're clipping. You're like cutting in and out. So I don't know whether it's a mic thing, whether you need to move closer to your mic, or
I think it could be the fact that internet myself.
Okay,
it's been going weird since iRacing.
Okay,
but
keep on going.
We're looking at a group that, quite frankly, is like outside of.
You have to move your mouse over your client. You went into away mode. There you go.
Oh, that would do it too. Noted. Remember, kids, if you're doing this in League Voice, make sure you're awake. Anyway, sorry for the video. You're looking at Top Esports, probably the number one team, probably the favorites to win this group. And DRX is second, only with another NA versus EU rivalry. Now, we'll get Group C when we talk about probably the famous NA-EU. But, nevertheless, looking at a Uniform of Love team that could make some noise and could shock some people. Because with their level of play, sometimes you never know.
I don't think it's going to be too crazy when I do my selection. I'm going to go with Top Esports, DRX, Unicorn of Love, and FlyQuest. I look like an NA hater right now that I have Group D and Group A having NA in the fourth place. I think I am one of the personal believers that Knight has been one of the most underrated and unknown values of the LPL. We've seen him when he didn't have the pieces around him, and he was still 1v9ing playoffs. And this is 2 years ago, last year. Knight is one of those players where it's like the greatest to never make it kind of deals. So the fact that he has a team now that not only was able to win the LPL, but now he's here at the world stage, and and he's not, because of the way the tournament is set up, the likelihood of Top Esports going up against Jingdong Gaming until at least the is it semis? What's that? What's the order of this? Does it go semis and then quarters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Until at least after the semis is very high. So with that being said, I think Top Esports not only are the favored to win this group, and if they don't, will be a very, very big disappointment and a very, very big upset, considering the caliber of players they have, along with the, like I said, the skill ceiling. Like, Top Esports is so good that their skill floor is higher than most teams' skill ceiling at this tournament. That's just where they reside. I think we're going to see Top Esports be put to the test on the world stage, because there's going to be jitters. There's going to be first times. This is Top Esports' first time at Worlds. This is Knight's first time at Worlds. So in that effect, he's a rookie. This is and just like any other player, he may have those moments where he just doesn't show up. He could be the winner of the Dade Award very easily. He is by far the most hyped player coming into this World Championship. That's no question. He's the most hyped player coming into this World Championship, and the hope is that he's able to follow through and secure the victory. He's able to clutch himself out a championship. If he does that, that'll be the third year in a row that China wins a World Championship, as well as kind of solidifying as, he was the greatest to never do it, and now he will be the greatest to do it. So I'm excited about Knight. I'm excited about what Top Esports can potentially bring. But that brings me to my next team in DRX, with the man, the myth, the church himself, Church of Chovy, right? We got Chovy out here, and I know the narrative has been solely placed on DRX only does well if Chovy does well, because DRX has been a very strong. They funnel and they play through Chovy. You'll often see Pioshik and Kyria roaming to mid lane, helping out Chovy. Chovy's also talented enough where he's able to solo kill his lane opponent. He's no joke. This man is no slouch. A lot of you may remember his name. He was on why am I blanking on the team name? With Viper and Sword and Doran. Griffin. He was on Griffin Esports. He's the mid laner for Griffin Esports. A lot of people remember Chovy for having like a crazy 100 and something KDA because he didn't die for like 10 games. Chovy is no joke when it comes to playing League of Legends, and it makes sense why the team plays through him and why they put so much effort into supporting him and allowing him to carry them in the games. Meanwhile, you have your rock, you have your stable rock in Deft. You put Deft on, and again, right now the meta is Caitlyn, Ashe, Jhin. I'm hoping it does change up now that we're going from play-in stages to group stages. I'm hoping there's a level up and there's a shift in the meta. I really would hate to see the same champions for the next 5 weeks, but that is the way kind of Worlds works. But Deft is the rock. He's someone who can play those 80 carries. He's someone who can not only play them well, and be there when you need him for those team fights. He'll show up, he'll put out the damage, he'll position intelligently. I'm not gonna lie, part of me wants to put DRX above Top Esports, but I have so much faith because Chovy isn't a nullifier. Chovy is also a carry. There are certain mid laners that do a very, very good job of nullifying other players. Chovy isn't that. Chovy is a I will beat you kind of player, and having to try to beat a player like Knight, that's just going to be this is fantastic to watch, right? We're going to be able to look at both these mid laners fight each other. Now when I'm talking about nullifiers, the ultimate nullifier is also in this group, Power of Evil. And I think that's the only thing. I might move Power of Evil. I might move FlyQuest over Unicorns of Love. That's the only thing that I believe that makes me think that FlyQuest will stand a chance or not stand a chance. We'll do better than getting completely steamrolled or getting completely smoked. Only because I think with a play like Power of Evil, Tristan's able to just shut down other players. People often look at Power of Evil versus Bjergsen, right? And when you see those matchups, it's not so much. It's similar to Worlds 2017, where they just put Kuro on Malzahar, and Faker wasn't able to do anything. Tristan has the same ability, but he doesn't have to be placed on a placeholder champion. He's able to play Galio. He's able to play Orianna. He's able to play a handful of champions, but also make your mid laner not play the game the way they would want to play it. So I think that brings a lot of dynamic to this group, and it'll be very, very interesting to see how that plays out in the overall picture for this group. Ian?
All right. I had to bring my mic down just a bit because I kept hearing come in and out. It's funny. I wonder is that when Power Evil has to play a team.
When Power Evil has to do what?
Like remember before he went to Fnatic, Power Evil was on Unicorns of Love, and I remember when they beat them in a best of 5 way back when. This is gonna be a fun matchup just because to see how well has FlyQuest as an organization, FlyQuest, because this Unicorn of Love may be their new rivalry. Because it's face like it may be the new rivalry, because you just want to see what Power Evil could do against his old team, the team that made him to start, and probably they know how he plays in and out. You definitely are right about top, and you have a good case for the church. But again, the one thing I'm wanting to see is for all the teams we don't have tape on, how they play their way out, because most people generally go with the chalk. Where even though I have top Eastern DRX right now hovered as 1 and 2, I would not be surprised if the Unicorns comes out of nowhere and makes it a knockout round. I'd be surprised. But it all goes to what was played that day. Listen, and I think you study top more than I do, but how does the top level of play and their style of play, how does that correlate with the rest of the group?
If I was just eyeballing their level of play compared to the rest of the group, I would say they're probably just going to run over this. They're going to be competitive against the RX, and they're going to run over FlyQuest and the Unicorns of Love. Unicorns of Love isn't a bad team by any means. I was going to bring up the point that though Power of Evil started off on Unicorns of Love, that team has none of the players that he played with. It's only the same team and organization. So he may be playing against his old team, but he's not playing against his old team, if you feel me. None of the players are still there. I think the coach might be the same, Sheepy, but all in all, it is in fact it's a Theseus's ship. It's a completely different team. There's no one that he played with. There's no connective tissue for Power of Evil there. He's just beating another or he's just going to be playing against another organization of which he used to be a part of. Back to your top esports question. Top esports, all in all, I think player for player in this group, they have better players. When I look at like Knight, potentially the best mid laner, going up against potentially the second best mid laner in the entire tournament. I think it's a tough sell between Knight being number 1, Chovy being up there, Caps, and Showmaker, but not in that order. If I had the list, and then maybe the fifth person being like, who would I put as the 5th best mid laner at Worlds? So yeah, I'd probably have Knight, Showmaker as number 2. I think those two are probably the closest when it comes to
BDD.
Yeah. So it's probably like Knight, Showmaker.
Because you still got Dan one to worry about, and that's you already said that.
Yeah, Knight, Showmaker, and then for me, Chovy and Caps. I might put. Yeah, I'm gonna go Knight, Showmaker, Chovy, Caps, BDD as the 5 best mid laners at this tournament. I think.
Could we make a case for everyone's favorite '90s theme? Tank, because the '90s.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I need you to like.
PSG's Talon. The mid laner's Tank.
Oh,
we
Tank?
Make a case for Tank.
No, I'm sorry. We can't. There's no case when we're talking about the top 5, and we've seen the level of play that these top 5 have been able to. At least in my opinion, if you want to make the case, feel free and go ahead. But I'm not. I'm sticking with, Knight, Showmaker, Chovy, Caps, BDD. That's my top 5 for mid lane and worlds.
Oh shut! Oh, I realized they're another PCS team. They just to be sponsored by the French Liga team, the French football club.
Yeah, PSG.
So nice.
But continuing, like I said, not to say that Unicorn of Love got a bad draw. Unicorns of Love would probably have done better in Group A, but since G2's already there, no, that they're not EU. See, even I still sometimes do it. Would have had a better draw going into Group A, so they're kind of they kind of just got a bad draw. Same thing with FlyQuest. FlyQuest is being sacrificed to top and DRX. Unicorns of Love is being sacrificed to top and DRX. If top and DRX don't perform, if they don't show up, if they end up losing, then it will be one of the biggest upsets because of the level of play in China, how strong and how well these teams have shown the level of play of each individual player. I mean, if you just go across, if you're lining up player for player, though, yes, League of Legends is a total sum game where it's about synergy, so the sum of your parts may be greater than your individual players, but I think sometimes just having a higher level of individual talent brings up that floor. And again, like I said, like top esports, I believe their floor is higher than the ceiling of Unicorns of Love. I think FlyQuest's ceiling is a little bit higher than top's floor. I think FlyQuest and DRX are going to be an interesting game to watch, but I still think DRX will 3-1, 3-0 kind of thing if it was a best of 5. I have a lot of value and stake in tops. I may be, what's the word I'm looking for? I may be upset because a lot of, again, this is
fanboying.
This is Knight's first time at Worlds. He may choke. He may have difficulty playing the game. He just might not be able to put forth what he's trying to do, what he wants to do as far as, output I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Secure the victory, secure the wins.
So there could be an argument made that DRX could somehow walk away with this group. You're making on the fact that lack of experience and showing up on the stage. But, well, like I said, the biggest thing you did bring up was Power Evil, who's played against almost every type of mid laner, and he's dominated some of them. Correct?
Not so much internationally, but domestically in North America, he's done a decent job of being able to.
You.
And yes, ending you.
But you want to see Unicorn of Love do well, despite the fact that they kind of got shafted. You want to see them do well, just because the fact that this was a team an organization that should be in EU, but we all know how that played out.
Gotcha.
But that's all I got. I went ahead. I have top 1 DRX2 and they're interchangeably 1 or 2. But it's really, I want to see what can FlyQuest not finish last. Is the real question.
I think that's as sad as it sounds. Since we're talking about, you know, two teams that clearly qualify for World, two teams that are clearly good, that just got slotted into a group that potentially is up there with, if not the hardest, the second hardest group in Worlds at Worlds. Like I said, you have the team. You have the team that looks like they may be the favorite for the entire tournament, in the same group with a team that's favored to be in at least the semis for the tournament. So, like I said, we're talking top esports, DRX. This could be very, 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 very close.
It's almost like you wish World had took the third place. Did the deal they did with groups, right?
Of course.
And not like groups, but how they groups and have the third place team play each other.
Yes. Well, that being said, I'm just gonna wrap up this section, and like I said, I'm going to go with Tops, DRX, FlyQuest, Unicorns of Love. You said yours was Tops, DRX, Unicorns of Love, and then
FlyQuest.
Okay, yeah, with FlyQuest in fourth. Please feel free to subscribe, follow, do all the social things with the social medias here at Ion Esports, as well as over on the stream Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, twitch.tv/call_me king. Feel free to join the stream. Come and hang out. We're actually doing this recording live on the stream as well, so you can always be a part of these discussions and the meta narrative. Like I said, my name is King. I've been partnered here with my buddy Ian Race Crown White, and we are Ion Esports.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again.
Listen.
Peace.